Hello, everyone. Okay, so I was going to wear a new pair of kicks, not new. I'm just new to my foot healing, and they were way too tight. So I am changing shoes quickly, trying to not be too late here. I had to go someplace today to apply for a boot camp for programming. So that's that. Yeah. So I hope everyone had a good week so far. And today's hump day. I was thinking, so I'm going to be doing my, dance workout. If everyone's liking that, I can continue with that, using the aerial swing and whatnot. I was going to try to have a goal, like a monetary goal every time. Just if you love my channel and you like my lives and you want to show some support, that would be amazing. That's how, as content creators make our money. And it's really helpful when people show us support in that way so that we can continue doing our thing for you guys if you like it. So, and I apologize for last week. I should have just. So I wanted to start a poll today and ask the question. Okay, so this is the question. Okay, sorry about that. Oh. Wait. Okay. So let's. Oh, whoops. I can't put everything I want to in here. So whatever. Okay, I'm going to start this poll just because I'm curious to find out if you guys work out every day and if you guys feel amazing with your bodies. So, and do you think working out directly correlates with, how you feel? And, what are some things that you do to relieve stress if you don't work out? So, because that's a huge stress reliever for myself. So, All right. Well, again, hello. I'm just going to start out stretching today a little bit. And we'll stretch on the swing, and then we'll get right to it. I think, doing abs and stuff first is helpful to some people, maybe, or not. I don't know. But we're going to try to do that. So right now, if you don't have a swing, just, you can use a chair or anything else that's going to get you some, and obviously you are not going to swing your leg back and forth, but if you do have the opportunity to do this, this is really, really good for your, like any of your ball and like, I don't know what I'm trying to say, like joints that are, they rotate. I mean, what most of them do, like our shoulders and our hips, our knees, we all have rotating cartilage in there. So it's really healthy to make sure that you stretch all of that. And, because that's like when you haven't been stretching and you hear about people that say they just got up or they went and shoveled the snow or something and they threw their back out. Yeah, that's because they haven't been stretching and, giving their muscles muscle memory so that they remember, that they're not supposed to use them. Sitting down in a chair every night, watching television, that's not going to get you anywhere in life, honestly. You need to use all of your body parts as much as possible. Do whatever you have to do. Have sex in a swing if you have to. Honestly, but just get your body moving. That's the best thing you can do for you, especially as you age. And every single one of us that's watching this or here, we're aging by the second. We're that much closer to our death right now. Every minute and that's not a bad thing. That's just here in this place, right? So, but I need my body to be as healthy as I can until the day I die. I don't want to be, dependent on other people and can't walk to the bathroom and all that stuff. That sounds terrible to me. So, we have to maintain a healthy body, and that means consistently working out, consistently having our body understand that. And that's what stretching does, is we're signaling to our body in the synapses in our brain, to our hormones, that we're going to start working out soon. And so, it's time for our body to get ready. Get ready, body. Come on, body. Just kidding. Okay, so I was just doing a little bit of extra stretching here. My arms feel like a little bit sore because I've been working out more than usual. Not more than usual. Just, I've been offering that when I'm working. It's just like something to do. Of course, guys want to see that. So I have been doing that, which is good. It's better than sitting around, right? So, but my arms are kind of sore, and I noticed the other day I went to rub my shoulders, and I felt like there was some kind of parasite or something in they just felt so tight. I hadn't felt them that tight in a long time. So, and I know it's just from, setting the bar on top of there and all that stuff, because, your body tenses up when you have something heavy like that on there. So, that's that. So you guys that are stopping by, you aren't going to do my poll. You aren't going to help me with my poll and let me know if you guys work out or not. You guys are just all coming by to see me stretch and stuff, and then you're just going to jet out. That's not cool. That's not cool at all. It's like I'm helping you guys by doing these amazing workouts for you. Okay. So here we are. I don't know, last time I got in trouble once again for my music, but I don't know what to do except for play music, because I can't work out in the silence. I can, but I start getting really tired really quickly because I am, my mind, I have to send my mind kind of someplace else when I'm working out because it's kind of uncomfortable, I mean, it really is. It's not, when you're working out, it's not the most comfortable thing in the world. That's why nobody likes to do it. But when you're done, and that's the difference, I think, between, people who are really motivated and are going to go far in life. As an adult, you realize that you have to do things that you don't always want to do, but you said you were going to do, so you have to follow through. It's like nobody wants to pay their electricity. Nobody wants to pay their mortgage, really. I mean, there's a million other things you'd rather do with that money. But you said you would. You signed a piece of paper saying you would. And to everything that's inside of you, you're gonna follow through with that task, right? Because there is something that you get at the end of it. You get a house. And that's what a difference between an adult and like a child mentality is that you do things like you treat people dignified, even when they're not treating you dignified, because maybe your kid's watching, or maybe, and it shouldn't be that somebody's watching, but maybe, sometimes we have to do things because it's the right thing to do, even if we don't want to at all, because, that's the part of being an adult. And so, I meet so many adults every day that, not every day, but more than not, that choose not to, think with an adult mentality. They just go around like narcissistically, just doing whatever they want, and they don't care if anybody gets hurt or anything like that. And I'm like, how's that person an adult? I don't get that. But anyway, so part of me being an adult is having to deal with, if I want to monetize off of stuff, then I have to watch the copyright stuff. And I still haven't figured out because I don't always know what I'm going to play beforehand, right? Because what I really like to do is I like to play stuff from my current playlist that gets given to me every week, and people can actually go and find that on the web. And you can purchase it for $10, and it gets updated every single week. So if you purchase it one time, you get all of the songs that I get every single Monday, or if you buy the Release Radar Fridays, of all of the stuff that's in my library, basically. As far as I know, that credit goes to the artists for that. So it's not just like to me, it's also to the artist. So, so I thought that because I was doing that, and I don't know, maybe somebody knows more about this than I do, but I was told by somebody that if you use Spotify every time and give, I guess, I don't know if you're supposed to put it in your description, which maybe I should, or what, but they said give credit to it somehow, that you don't have to worry about copyright, something like that. I don't know. I read that or something. Maybe somebody knows about it, but that's what I was secretly hoping was the case, which way to be an adult in that situation. Just like, I'll just do it and wait and see if there's any repercussions from it, right? No, I shouldn't have done that. But because I really like to play my stuff, and give credit to lots, because there's lots of new artists every single week on my playlist. And that's why I like to, Yep. So. All right. So we should be. Oh my Lord, this woman is she wants me to do my resume, and it's like, well, I will, but I have other obligations right now. So. Alrighty, we ready? So today I'm going to start out with, I know I normally do bands, and I do want to do some band work. Sorry for being so close. But I want to add the kettlebell to it today. So let me also do this so that there is additional, I think I had this all, I set the chair here for a reason. Okay, but I'm not going to be like right here the whole time, so sorry about this. Okay, hopefully it doesn't fall. That's happened before. But I'm trying to get you guys, I was trying to get it so it's not in the sunlight, but it's showing, you know, like the side of me so that you guys can see the side view and a back view and stuff like that. Yeah. So we're going to do 3 sets of 20, and we're just going to be going up and down for the first set. 5, 10, 20, okay, and just stretch down. So if you have a kettlebell, just try to take your hands all the way down to the front of it so they're like touching the floor, and stretch your hamstrings out a little bit. Then you can shake it out. We'll rest for like 5 to 10 seconds. Then we'll do our next set. Okay. All right, ready? Now, this is 5, so I'm going to add every other time we come down, we're going to go out. So, like this. Now you can keep the, like this, if you want, or you can just do it like this. Right now, we're just thinking about lifting our arms and doing these. We're working this part right here, right now, in our arms. And 10, okay. Again, stretch down the front of your kettlebell. And stretch again. Shake it out. 10-second rest. If you want, you can grab some water. And our last set of 20. So last time we started at 5 and we did the last 15 out like this. Now we're going to do them like this to the back, okay? So, and I like to do both and then go down, back, 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 back. That's 3, back, back, 4, back, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay. Now shake it out. I'm going to take the band off. All righty. So let's put the band. We're going to get down in like a boxing stance. So we should be our legs pretty wide apart. Never have your knees go over your big toe. So that's your line, is you never want your knees way out like this or anything like that. You want them so you're in like a loose, like ready to like box stance. Okay. We're going to put the band on our arms. If you don't have a band, you can simply you can take cans or you can take whatever you want. You don't even have to use any weight if you don't want to. You can either do arms out or you can use a bar or you can use little hand weights, whatever you want, and just go like this. But we're doing this, or if you're using the hand weights, you can do these. Okay. Oops. Like this. So arm raises, right? So you can do those as well. But we're just going to go out right here with the band down. 20 of these. 15. 10. 5. 20. Okay. All right, we definitely been, working our arms a little bit today. That's great. That's wonderful. Should burn. If it doesn't burn, even with a little bit of weight, everything that I do, it's result driven 100%. So you can't do this stuff and not see results. There's no way. Unless you're just, even if you eat like 5,000 calories, you're still going to see some kind of muscle change in your body if you're doing these exercises. There's no doubt about it. Even if you're the most fit person ever, if you're not doing these same exercises and you're doing different stuff every day, if you incorporate this in once or twice a week, you're going to see changes, because not everybody does exactly the same exercises all the time. No one does. So that's why I love going to people's exercise classes and stuff, because anything that I'm doing that day that I don't normally do, that's going to stretch and rip, new muscles, and it's going to give me definition other places. Even if you just go once or twice, it really does. It's better if you can keep it up, but you can definitely see results depending on how fit you are one time. No doubt. Especially if it's a really intense workout. Like, that hot yoga and stuff like that. Woo-wee. That's a little bit much for me nowadays. I could do that when I was younger. I don't know. I haven't tried it in a long time, but that's a lot. All right. So we're going to do 20 more. Okay. This is our last set of arms like this. Okay. 10. 20. Okay. So I just want to remind everyone, if you are doing these, the whole time you're engaged in this workout, the whole entire time, you want to pretend you're sucking your belly button into your spine. Like you're trying to get, of course you're trying not to look like that. If you want to, you can. I'm not going to see you. But I'm trying to look like that. But you just want to be that. You'll see guaranteed benefits. Just adding that one thing. If you've never done that, worked out that way before, you're going to see you're definitely going to feel it too. You're going to feel things in your abs that you've never felt before. So, hey. Okay, yeah, you don't have to worry, man. It's okay. It's no big deal. It's no big deal. I appreciate you showing up, though. That's wonderful. I really do. So, you don't need to apologize at all. Yeah, I get it. As long as I'm here, that's the only important thing. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so we worked some legs, some arms. So I think we should do some abs now, right? You guys normally know what I love doing with abs, but I'm going to switch it up today surprise everybody. Do something that I don't know if I've done this on here or not. I think I might have in a video. I'm not sure if I have done it live. Maybe. Sometimes I can't remember. So what we're going to be doing is, we are going to be we're going to be doing my favorite planks, right? You know I love the plank. But this time we're going to be putting our feet in here. Now, if you do not have a yoga swing, you can get anything that's like a little bit raised up that's not going to hurt the front of your ankles. So like this, maybe if you put a pool noodle over this thing right here, like right here, this would be fine if you wanted to lift your legs up like that. I have this ammo box that I use for random stuff. You could put your legs up on something like that, whatever. I'm all about trying to find, whatever's around you're only doing it for a couple sets or whatever. It's not going to kill you, to just, you're just trying to get it done, right? That's what I'm saying. Okay. So you're going to put your feet in here. So your ankles are in there. You're going to go back. See, I like doing this because right now, because I can't put my full weight on my foot that had surgery. Because I like to do one-legged planks. So this is no-legged planks. And you're going to be pushing your belly button all the way back to your spinal cord. All the way back. And you're going to be holding this for at least 60 seconds. Okay? So if sometimes you can't talk even when you're holding your stomach that tight. Okay? And it's okay to kind of sway back and forth. That sometimes helps me. Just forget what I'm doing for a minute. Your abs are so engaged right now. All you can think about is your abs. And you want to just think about how amazing they're going to look and how this is so intentional. Okay, now go down on your knees and let go. Okay, so that you're going to feel that throughout your entire abdominal region, except for the very, very lower abs. Okay, so this is your top all the way down to like, for women, it'd be like right above your uterus or something like that. For men, it's going to be like, I'd say down to like your hips, basically. You should be feeling all the way down to your hips. You should be feeling some really hardcore ab strengthening. Okay, so let's go back again. We're going to do it this time. If we can try to do it for 90 seconds. If you can't do it, if you need to take a small break and just go down to your knees and go right back into it, do that. Try to do these as long as you possibly can for the best, most amazing results. That's the thing. Okay, so up. And you just have to lean into this. You're just pretending like you're about to take a nap. That's what you're telling your brain. You're like, hey man, this is easy peasy. It's no big deal. I got this. This is no big deal. I totally have this. This is easy. I'm taking a nap right now. This is so easy. Even though you're dying. You're dying and it's been 40 seconds. You're halfway through. You are halfway through. Yep. If you need to take a break on your knees, go do that really quick. You are a third of the way done. Okay, 10 more seconds. And let it go. Okay. Excellent work. If you guys did that, if that is, if you wanted to really get a good ab workout in and you did like 10 of those, 90 second, sometimes I just do a workout that's all abs. So I'll do, just a total ab workout, just because sometimes I let those go a little bit too long. I do them every morning when I get out of the shower. or I tell myself I do. It's part of my checklist, my morning checklist. Sometimes I omit them for time's sake, but it's not a good thing ever to do that. And if you are ever going through something in your life and you're having a hard time staying focused and you're having a hard time functioning, breakups tend to do that to people. Someone dying that you were really close to, you can just feel like you're wandering around and you don't have a purpose, you don't know what you're doing. Something that helps me so much in life is creating a checklist that no matter how I feel, when it's time to, do this sequence of tasks, I have a list that I can pull up in Google Sheets or Canva or whatever. And I have everything drawn out, like sometimes I need that just for when I get out of the shower, because I get so, I'll look at my phone, for instance. That's always a bad thing because I get too drawn into emails and this and that, and I don't have time for that. So one of the things is no phone. It goes in another room, it gets plugged in, so it's all charged up, and that's it. I can play my music, and that's it. I can't, because I don't trust myself. I know I will, and sometimes I need these checklists because even though we know it all, we know it. Having it written down on something that's staring us in the face like that we made, it really helps. It really helps. And when you're going through anything in life where you're feeling discombobulated, I make it's like an order of operations, and I don't know why, but it makes me feel calm and content when I have that. It's like I kind of feel like a person without an island if I'm going through a tough period and I don't have a checklist, because I feel like I don't know what I'm doing. If you leave me to my own devices, I'm just like a hot tranny mess, kind of. Nothing against trannies, but sometimes I don't know how to function like that because I'm a thinker, So if you go down a rabbit hole, I'm an IT person, so I'm looking at the granular level of everything. And sometimes when you're dealing with people, it's not worth it. It's not worth it to look at that granularity because you're never going to know the reason. And most of the time, if you're going that deep, this person probably doesn't belong in your life. Because if you're thinking this much, guaranteed that person's probably not. And because if they were, you'd be communicating with them. You wouldn't be going through a situation like that, right? So, that's a good sign for me. I'm like, okay, if I feel like I need a checklist, then I need to think about what's going on right now that I'm internalizing, right? And it's like a benchmark. But sometimes I zone out on it anyway. I don't take heed to myself. And I kind of let myself go down a rabbit hole, but I have my checklists to keep me kind of sane and just on task. I have little animals that depend on me and other, I've always had somebody that depends on me. So I can't just, not care. I mean, I can, but then they're fighting all the time, not getting their walks. That makes my life 10 times more difficult, especially if I'm going through something. So just a little note, because that's a great thing to talk about when we're working out, because your mental health is just as important as your physical health. And if you're not maintaining your mental health and you're having crazy thoughts, or you're letting your mind wander, or, you're internalizing things a lot and you're not talking to anybody, that's not a good thing. You need to make sure, especially in this world of the internet, if you have to get a therapist, that's okay. But what happens is a lot of times we talk to ourselves in our heads, and we only have one opinion. So it's like, my stepdad always used to just joke around. And when we'd see a homeless person and talking to themselves, he'd say, I wonder if the other dude knows what he's saying or whatever. Well, yeah, that's the thing is, if you're having a mental, I'm so good. What? Am I dressed? Thank you. But anyway, I was reading this comment. I thought it was from the person beforehand, but it's a different one. So anyway, all I'm saying, so my stepdad used to say that stuff, and that's the reality, is that we're biased, right? We only know our experience. So if there's a famous lyric by Erica Badu, right? And she says, don't believe everything you think. And I have that on vinyl, you know, and that is so true, man. Do not believe everything you think. That sometimes, you know, we have thoughts that sometimes 99% of our thoughts are not our own. They were taught to us, and we absorb them in our environment as a way to either survive, as a way to blend in. Oh, thank you. You know, all of these things. But just because we're thinking it doesn't mean it's right. Right? So, you know, it's not. And it's not right to, you know, try to convince other people of your thought either. That's the point of communication, is so that we can exchange ideas and thoughts. If someone's trying to control your thoughts or your emotions or anything, that's not a good sign. So, you know, we should have control over ourselves and ourselves alone. And, you know, there's a lot of people that give up their control in America. That's why we have lobbyists, because everyone gave up their rights to vote and everything to the Senate for our delegates in each state. So we just said, yeah, we don't think we're equipped enough to make those decisions. Even though it's a democracy, we're going to give those up to somebody else. We did that because we don't trust ourselves. You're never going to trust yourself unless you put yourself to the test and have people challenge you. That's how you learn how to trust yourself. Is you have a thought, or a variation of thoughts, or a sequence of thoughts, and you test them to other people challenging you to see how strong you really feel in these thoughts or beliefs, right? That's part of life and learning. If we don't have people challenge us and we're around people that think like us all the time, we're never growing. So that's why it's amazing and wonderful to meet people that are different, because you get time to examine things through somebody else's eyes. It's not about people thinking like us. It's about us learning to understand how other people think, right? I think. So anyway, I'm not going to harp on that, but thoughts control your life. Change your thinking and you change your life. You really do. So with that being said, we've done arms, legs, and abs. I'm going to do one more set. Today we worked with the band. We did, and we worked with the kettlebell. It was not a super intensive day with weights. However, for what? However, we did a lot of reps. Okay. So this workout should have you nice and, warm. You should be sweating at this point, I would hope, especially if you're outside and you're in the United States anywhere. It's hot as heck. But unless it's raining. But if you're inside anywhere and it's like above 50 degrees, you should have a sweat going. So, okay. So the last thing we're going to do is we're going to do our leg stance again. Okay, that's okay. It's no big deal. And we're just going to swing this in front of us like this. Okay. If you don't have a kettlebell, you can use a hand weight, 2 hand weights. Just, don't knock yourself in the inner thigh or anything like that. Okay. And we're just going to keep going lower and lower. So this is some anaerobic stances. Anaerobic meaning we're using all of our exertion to hold into this stance right now. It's not comfortable at all. That's why we're swinging our arms, okay? And you're going to go lower. And you're going to hold and hold and hold and hold and hold and hold and hold. And keep holding and go a little bit lower. And hold and hold. And it's going to be burning, 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 burning. Okay? Focus on those arms. Focus on those arms. A little bit lower. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, let that out. All right. Great work. Okay, so let's shake that out. And we're going to go down into our ending stretches, right? So at this point, you know, we've worked out for about 30 minutes. We did really crazy abs. I feel like if you want to expand on those, and that's the thing is I really try to give you guys like, you know, some good, like a good 30 to 40 minute workout. But if you want to expand on anything on your own and go back and redo it, I mean, I would think you'd probably be pretty tired. I mean, unless you're like 18. But if you want to, you're welcome to. And then, you know, I mean, if you're training for something or you're really trying to get up there and transform your body, you know, all of these exercises, they will, and I try to do everything in a full body workout so that you get, everything gets touched, right? Your arms. Oh, there's one last thing I wanted to do today. One last thing. So let's stretch these arms out like this because we need to anyway. Okay, and we're going to do some tricep dips. So anything you have that will hold your arms is fine. I'm using the edge of my couch. Okay, and I put one foot on top of the other. And we're just going to dip. Dip and dip and dip and dip. Okay, now switch. Okay, and switch again. And switch again. 10, 7, 5, 3, 2, 1. Okay, pull it back. All right, and shake it out. All right, so this workout, as you could probably tell, was a little bit more focused on our arms, so lengthening and you know, stretching our arms out, because stretching them when you're working the muscles helps you get lean muscle and definition. And who doesn't want definition? You know, it's actually a lot easier to get little definition. You know, guys are always going for big and bulky. I'm never going for that. You know, that happens to me. But I'm always going for, you know, little gains in smaller places. Like I like to define my shoulder, like right here, like all right here. So that's when we do these, that's what we're doing. And you get a lot of definition. If you want to get your back, I work on little tiny sections of my back at a time. Hi. It's redacting all of your messages, so you must be saying stuff that's inappropriate. So I don't know what to, it says that, are you retracting your own messages or is it doing that? So if you are trying to say something inappropriate, let's just not. There's plenty of places you can find me online if you want to see or say, you know, something to me. But any place I am online, you should never want to treat anybody undignified. So, you know, that's the bottom line there. Because I've just had enough of it, period. Especially in my job, and I've been just kicking people left and right that don't know how to treat somebody with dignity, because everybody deserves that. Every single person on this earth does, you know. Well, yeah, that's basically, it's hard for a lot of people not to be that, though. It really is, because somebody, you know, their mom or somebody did not teach them or smack them upside the head when they were acting inappropriate. And that's the repercussion of that. You know, someone needs, usually a woman is really good at getting a guy, telling him, you know, what's what. But if women just let somebody go down the drain, well, common sense is different for everybody. But the common sense I use is, If I was that person, would I like to be treated like that? No, I don't think so. So I think I'm not going to treat them that way. Even if they've treated me that way, I have enough, dignity for myself that I'm not going to lower myself. I'm just going to walk away, just like, just because. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I don't, if I don't like, if I'm, it's like, it's so easy for me. Let's see, would I like to be cheated on? No. Okay, well then I'm not going to do that. Would I like it if somebody lied to me about anything really, but, especially something really important or something totally novice that doesn't even matter, but that, it matters to me, right? Then I think, no, I'm not going to treat that person that way. It's just, and again, common sense is not that common to everyone because a lot of people have never been taught that. And I wasn't either. I wasn't taught that. That's something I acquired over time because I was treated so poorly. So I decided I'm going to treat people the way I wish I was always treated by everybody. And half of that is being grateful every single day for what you have. Just the act of gratefulness changes your life completely. It really does. If you have a grateful heart, a truly grateful heart, and it takes a while to train yourself for that. But when you can stop, when you're stressing out and say, I can go to the bathroom in a toilet, I have water to drink, I have food in my fridge, a roof over my head, I have 90%, 85% more than the rest of the world if I have those things, and heat. That's, we have no idea how lucky we are. And so if we're not being in thankfulness and gratefulness every 5 minutes of our lives, or even every minute if you can, you're wasting life, because life is way too amazing to treat people poorly, to try to manipulate people or get over on people. Life is so fun and easy when it's transparent and truthful. It really is. I used to be that type of person that, didn't want to tell anybody anything. I don't care anymore, because if I'm in my truth and I'm in my full self and my authentic self, then I don't have to worry about people coming to hurt me, because I'm not lying to anybody and I'm not doing anything or anybody needs to come in and violate me for some reason. Now, if I'm doing something shady, if I'm taking people's money and not giving them services, and and I have my address listed or something, or I'm doing whatever I'm doing, if I'm stealing from anybody in any way, if I'm being dishonorable in any way, then yeah, I have to worry about people hunting me down, people saying nasty things to me online, people calling me out of my name or sending me crappy emails or hacking my accounts or whatever it is. But it's like, of course you have to be vigilant. You can't be an idiot. But for the most part, if I live my life in truth and authenticity, I don't have to worry about anything. And I shouldn't. And you shouldn't either if you live your life that way. So, that's one of the most important lessons I've ever learned in life is be yourself no matter what. No matter what people say, no matter what people think. Be yourself and in your true self, and try to live in truth and you're in just in your full transparent being without all the stuff that we put on. And amazing things happen. Every single minute we get to choose between miracles and grievances. And sometimes we have grievances with ourselves, terrible grievances with ourselves. And that's called regret. And we should never have regret, because that's the past. It's gone. It doesn't matter. We can't take it back. We can't do anything about it. So what we need to do is, in this moment, we have this moment right now to heal ourselves and to be whole. We're a whole being. We can't compartmentalize anything. We're whole beings. So be in our full truth, be in our authentic self, be whole, and don't worry. The rest just falls away. And it's, when you do this, Yeah, that's true. That's true. You never know what's going to happen. But amazing things happen. I've been going through some stuff and really being tested with my authenticity and my truth, because sometimes it's so much easier to just let the nonsense go on around you, because you get sick of fighting. You get sick of saying, listen, man, that's not right. So, and I've been like that, complacent with somebody in my life for a long time, and just not standing up because I was too tired. I was standing up for myself in every other arena. I just wanted this person to support me and care for me without me having to remind them what it's like to be a human. And they just never were going to. And so, I had to take the initiative to say, I'm putting my boundaries up, and you don't have access to me anymore. I'm sorry, but no more access. You don't get to talk to me. You don't get to, your flimsy attempts of trying to talk to me or say you're sorry or whatever you're trying to do. You've shown me over and over and over again how you don't care about me. Never once have you shown me that you love me, that you don't care about me. That's what you've shown me. So I don't need to be shown one more time with one more phone call or one more flimsy ass way of trying to, do whatever it is you're doing. I don't know if you think you're playing games or what, but that's it. And you just have to say enough. And just because you love somebody never means that you allow them to treat you undignified. You can love somebody and never talk to them again. There's a lot of people in my life like that. I love a lot of people, but I don't let them come near me because, my love is infinite, but my body and my soul right now in this form, it's finite, my time on this earth. So I'm not going to let people come in and mess that up. I just don't have the tolerance for that anymore. Oh, really? £200+ So this guy fell out of the car? Oh, face down in the hood of the car? Man, wow. Was he drunk? I mean, that's just okay. And that stuff happens all the time. I always think about, they've never trained us in my job, like what if we're online with somebody, doing like a one-on-one, having one-on-one with them, and they could have a heart attack or something. Yeah. My mom's fallen at the grocery store before too. And, this man tried to help them. And she said, well, he was deaf and dumb. Anyway, I won't go into it, but he stopped and tried to help her. And nobody else did that. Nobody else even, no, everyone else just sat there and watched. That's something I would never in a million years do. If I see somebody having a problem, I don't care if it's a man, a woman, if I'm walking out of the store and there's a guy carrying 10 pizzas and he can't open the door, I'm not going to say, oh, because I'm a lady, that's ridiculous. I always help anybody who, whether it's an old lady, and I hope that somebody helps me too, because I'm a fully able-bodied woman, but sometimes I need help getting out the door too. That's what we're here for, is to help each other, not tear each other down to nothing. That's sad that we have to have these exchanges where we even talk about, stuff that we do to help other people, because it should just be like a given. It's sad that people we don't want to help each other, that we literally like so much to see each other fall, literally, that we think it's like amazing. I had friends in college and high school that were in wheelchairs, and people always used to think, wow, it's so amazing that you're friends with them. I thought, this is the weirdest comment I ever hear, when people say it's cool that you're friends with them. No, it's not cool. It's human. The fact that nobody else is, I don't understand that. That doesn't even make sense to me. But that's just me, right? And I've always been like that since I was a little kid. I love helping people in need, because I learn something from them every single time. Sometimes you learn that they get themselves that way on their own. And sometimes you learn that they just need help. And I think that when people are going through something, when they're going through grit in their lives, they are so much more interesting than somebody who grew up with a ton of money, who's sitting on a boat in the middle of the ocean, drinking their cocktail, smoking their cigar or whatever, that's never experienced anything except their bank account, getting filled up. That is the most boring human being on the earth to hang out with. There's nothing fascinating about that, or hanging out with somebody who got all their money off of, child labor or, something like that. It's like, I would rather stick a hot poker in my eye than hang out with somebody like that any day of the week. I love hanging out with just, normal people who, not just normal people, amazing people who have taken whatever they've been given and they never, ever once let it be a barrier to their dreams. That's who I like hanging out with. I don't ever want to hang out with mediocre people who are fine with their life the way it is. That doesn't push me at all. I want to hang out with people who are never okay. And they're always trying to be better, always trying to make, whatever they're trying to do, they're trying to be the best that they can. I was told once, if you're the dumbest person in the room, you're doing everything right. And there's all kinds of different kinds of smarts, right? Street smarts, book smarts, IQ. I can guarantee you right now that Bill Gates, he has a off the charts IQ. I don't think his emotional intelligence probably is that high, considering Melinda, divorced him because he couldn't, keep it in his pants. So, smartest dude in America, maybe besides Bezos. I don't know. I don't know what his IQ is. I know that Bill Gates is just like off the charts smart. I read a lot of the books that he recommends in his reading list every year because he reads phenomenal books. He really does. I don't know how he has all this time to be, sniffing around other women and stuff like that when he's doing all this reading and stuff. But I mean, I guess, all that money. I still don't, I still think that what him and Melinda did as philanthropists for the rest of the world in terms of sex education, getting birth control to the rest of the world, or at least educating people enough to, want that, that's unparalleled. The things that they did for humanity, unparalleled. It doesn't matter what their relationship is. They participated in that together. And it's truly, truly remarkable, the amount of money and the amount of time that they've put into getting sex education and teaching people about having the right and the timing to choose when to have a child, not just being forced into it, and not just, but teaching people that they can take things that can help them control that. Because the rest of the world doesn't have access to things like that. And here in America, we do, and then, we don't use them, and that's crazy too. But a lot of people don't even know what that means or looks like on a government scale. So it takes bazillions of dollars, I'm talking quadrillions of dollars, to educate people in that way, because that's one thing we take for granted here in America, is we have access to medicine that people have never heard of. And the first thing in any society that they try to cure are sexually transmitted diseases, because those are what kill people the fastest and the most. So, we can go back to the AIDS epidemic, and every STD that there is, if you don't take a pill for it to cure it, you can die from it. You can either die from it, you can get cancer from it. There's nothing positive that happens if you allow an STD to fester in your body. Yes, we have cures for them, but they will kill you. So they've done an amazing job with that. So I don't want to, I don't want to call him out and saying that, he's not an intelligent man, but we're all intelligent in different ways. So if you're the dumbest person in the room, you're doing everything right, because that means you're willing to listen to people that could be smarter than you. So, I don't mean to call him out on that, but it was like heartbreaking to me when I found out that it was almost like my parents or something. I was like, wait, what? I couldn't even believe it. I mean, it's like, I mean, I've been a Microsoft partner in the job that I did for 20 years. And, you know, I mean, just, you know, I always saw flaws in his thinking, in his corporate culture and stuff like that, of course. Everyone does when you're standing on the outside. But I still thought he was, an amazingly smart human being. But, I mean, why you would ever trash something like that after 28 years of marriage, I don't know. But I understand where she's at. Sometimes enough is enough. So it's amazing that they're able to be on the same board together and everything. I mean, it's like, what can you hide at that point? So, definitely people to look up to. However, there's a really good chance that if you've developed your emotional intelligence and you happen to be at a table with Bill Gates, you could have a higher emotional intelligence than him. You could have a hell of a lot higher street smarts intelligence than him. You could have, that dude lives in a bubble, no doubt. So there's all kinds of different smarts, but, being the dumbest person in the room is never a bad thing. So if you have to be the smartest person all the time, I would think about that, because that means that you're completely unwilling to learn anything new. On that note, we worked out pretty good. We stretched and stuff. We did our tricep dips. So I'm just going to do a quick stretch since we're at the hour, a little over. Hold on a second. Let me see this. I didn't. Let's see. How is what? How is Senorita? I don't know what that means. I have no idea what that means. So I'm not sure. But anyway, let's just do some final stretches before I say goodbye until Sunday. And hopefully you guys had a good workout with me. And if you want to fill out the poll the last couple minutes, or if you have any questions, I'm happy to respond to anything right now. I don't know what Valerio Pode say, what your question exactly was, but so I'm sorry. If you could, define that a little bit more, that would be great. Or you can just send me something in the comments. Okay, so Top Gun Maverick, thank you so much for stopping by. If you're feeling out of control this week, do a workout and make a checklist. That's my advice for the next couple of days. They really seem to help me. I think I'm going to go actually hit some tennis balls right now, with a friend of mine, because I just feel like I have a lot of, energy to get out. So I think I might do that. But I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your week, and happy Wednesday for a few more hours at least, unless you're in the eastern part of the world, and happy Thursday. And I'll see you guys on Sunday, 3:00 Mountain Daylight Time for my next workout. See you guys later.